What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Cigars and Whiskey for our next review. Today we're going to be reviewing a cigar that's featured in a sampler pack that a lot of people have access to. If you go to a lot of the cigar shops, they do sell what they call sampler vacuum sealed packs like these that hold up to 6 cigars on some brands. Sometimes they're just 4, sometimes they're just a couple, but they are vacuum, and they also actually have inside them like a pad that keeps the humidity of the cigar, so they're kind of a great thing. They got a Ziploc lid, and they're something that obviously would be easier for people who are trying to find a gift for someone, because you don't have to worry about the cigar going bad, or something that you might want to take on a vacation with you. It's a great idea, especially if you don't have a humidor or a traveling humidor. But it's always safe to have these. But I went ahead and I purchased this one, which is Gurkha. It comes with 6 cigars. We're going to be reviewing just a couple of these cigars out of the pack, but it is something you can get. It's roughly $35, and that's 6 cigars for $35, which is not a bad deal. Now, they might be a little more expensive depending on where you get the cigars, but what we're going to feature today is the Gurkha Age 15 10th anniversary. Alright, everybody, with the cigar, the 15 aged 10th anniversary Gurkha, this is a cigar that was released in 2017, I believe. It's been out for a few years. It is something that, if you're looking for the cigar itself singly, I have not seen it being sold online or anywhere by itself. Like I said, I've only seen this cigar in the sampler, so it might be just something that they're just now putting only in the sampler, but if you're able to find it, great. What it is a 6x50 cigar. It was something they wanted to create in the Dominican, so it is a Dominican product. Now, the wrapper itself is an Ecuadorian Habano, and the Dominican binder filler. So it is a little bit different. It is not as strong as some might think. It is a lighter cigar. It may look dark, and before people have said around me, and I don't know if you have ever heard this, but a lot of people think because the darker the wrapper or the browner the wrapper, it's going to be a stronger cigar. It's not true at all. It just depends on the type of tobacco and the climate the tobacco was grown in. It just all depends on where you got the tobacco from. You just don't assume because it's a dark cigar you don't want it because it's too strong and too powerful. This is considered a medium strength cigar, so if you are a mild to medium cigar smoker, it's a little bit stronger than what you might be used to, but if you like that mid-range, this is definitely going to be one of those cigars that falls right in there. And as I said, this, from what I can see only, is that you get it in those sampler packets, and you can look those up online. I know that multiple places sell them. It is a 6-pack sampler, and I've seen it in a lot of local shops too. It's a lot easier. It's a quick go grab item because you know you're getting all the cigars in there. But with that said, we're going to go ahead and get into it. As you can see, though, the cigar is a dark chocolate wrapper. It does have minimal veins. They're not invisible, but they're very minimal. They're not over the top, and it does feature a pigtail, which is where they take the tobacco, roll it up, obviously make a pigtail. With that said, let's go ahead and cut it up, and we're back with the pre-draw. Alright, everybody, back with the pre-draw with that pigtail type of cigar. Obviously, well, it might not be obvious, but to me, the most common sense way of taking off the top is with the straight guillotine cutter. V-cut might not channel and get all that pigtail correctly. Obviously, a punch, you might be able to get it off. I don't know. I just know that pigtail is awful big for the size of that, and I don't know if you could get the actual punch around it. But again, you can try it. It's up to you. But I'll stick with the straight cut. The draw immediately is perfect. It's not too firm, too hard to inhale. It seems pretty loose, actually, which means I can breathe with inhale with no problems. I am getting a little bit of a cocoa profile, and because this is a Dominican and not a Nicaraguan product, I'm not noticing any pepper right off the bat. It might be there. It's just I'm so used to over the top pepper profile that you normally get off of Nicaraguan tobaccos. But this Dominican, though, I am getting a little bit of a creaminess, but really basic. Not bad in any way. It's just real basic profile. Like I said, a little bit of cocoa, a little bit of that creaminess, a little bit you can sense a little bit of like a woody profile. Well, with that said, we're going to go ahead and light it up and get into the first third. So with that, we're going to go ahead and use a triple torch lighter. You know, some people have asked, triples, single flame, do I want to use a torch versus an open flame? It really doesn't matter. As long as you light the cigar the way you like it. The only secret with a torch is don't get it too close, because you'll burn quickly, and then you'll have that char and that burnt profile coming through, which ruins the experience. And then also a good indication when you are trying, if you're for the first time smoking, is that when you're smoking, you go ahead and just rotate the cigar a little bit. Just rotate it to keep it burning even. You can go back and touch it up, but usually most cigars, they'll do all right. It's only when you notice that it's burning on one side or it starts to go, and again, that's just because these are hand rolled. As you can see, look at the end of here, those are leaves that are rolled. They're not anything that's chopped up or tobacco that you would see in like a machine cigar or a cigarette where it burns quickly. It does take a while, and if it's not, and with the cigar, it is really firm, packed. I mean, it's not spongy at the bottom towards the touch, towards the top a little bit. And with that draw, man, to me, it is one of the best ways they have did this cigar. With that said, let's go ahead and quit wasting time and light it up. As you can see on that cigar, you're getting a little more smoke right off the bat. I'm having difficulties with my lighter. It might be because it's colder outside and my lighter don't like that. There we go. Alright, as you can see, getting plenty of smoke off the draw. Immediate, what hits me is like a coffee profile, like a bitter coffee. And it's not, like I said, not anything with earlier what I said about bitter burn. It's more of a bitter coffee. As you can see, like I said, the smoke is amazing. I am getting a little bit more of that cocoa profile. But man, this is definitely a cigar. Like I said, there are other cigars out there. People have seen, you can probably, if you go into a cigar shop, you'll see the Gurkha Cellar Reserve, 15-year. They have a 10-year, I believe. You know, they have an 18-year. Again, it's a whole cellar line that they had, but this was a 15-year 10th anniversary to celebrate that accomplishment of that line. That might be, yeah, 2007 maybe was when they first came out with that cellar, and that might be why it's 10th anniversary. With that said, we're gonna keep smoking through it. I'll be back with our second third right after this, so stay tuned. Alright everybody, welcome back to the second third of our review of the Gurkha 15-year barrel-aged Reserva 10th anniversary cigar. Now, like I said, this is a 6x50 cigar, and for those who are kind of trying to figure out the thing, age 15 obviously means the tobacco has been aging for 15 years before they decided to make it into a cigar. Now, for some of those out there, if you've had this in the past, when it first was released, you might notice a little bit difference of the cigar. Now, originally when they released the cigar, it featured the same wrapper, but it was Nicaraguan binder filler. And since then, they have now changed it to Dominican. And as we're getting through the second third, I am noticing there's not much of a change. It's not a very complex profile flavor of the cigar. There's not all kinds of these levels of different things going on, which makes you think of other things, but it is a very basic cigar. So with that said, it's staying about the same. And, you know, it is a really good cigar. I'm not going to agree with the original. When it first came out, it was like a $14 cigar, which is kind of crazy. But like I said, if you buy the sampler pack, which is this Gurkha sampler pack, You get 6 barrel-aged cigars in there, and again, most of them, the youngest year in there is like 12 years. I mean, think about that. You know, you got 18 years total of tobacco that's been prepared for a cigar for you, and you get 6 of them for like $40. I mean, that's, to me, is a no-brainer. I mean, that takes a lot of time and effort to create a beautiful cigar. With that said, we're going to keep going through it. Back with the final third and our final thoughts of the aged 15 10th anniversary barrel aged. All right, everybody, welcome back to the final third of our cigar of the Gurkha Cellar Reserve. In the final third, the profiles aren't changing very much in this cigar blend, but again, that Dominican tobacco with that Ecuadorian wrapper is a very good smoke. So if you have a chance to get that, again, they have that sampler pack that's available. You can find on most websites. It has been reviewed for multiple years. But if you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Thanks. Hit that subscribe button. Leave your comments as always. Have a great day. Have a great smoke. And I will see you next time.